What if I told you that the single greatest mistake you make with women, the one that guarantees you end up in the friend zone or ghosted, is actually being too nice? What if the secret to flipping the script, to making her think about you nonstop, to having her initiate the texts and crave your attention, wasn't about buying her flowers or being at her beck and call? What if it was about doing the one thing that feels completely counterintuitive? Ignoring her. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds toxic, manipulative, like some kind of game. But you've seen it happen. The guy who seems a little distant, the one who isn't always available, who has his own life and his own priorities. He's the one she can't stop talking about. He's the one she chases. The truth is, we've been fed a lie. The world tells you to be a nice guy, be available, be accommodating, shower her with attention. But in practice, this often translates to being predictable, boring, and worst of all, low value. When you make a woman the center of your universe before you've earned that place in hers, you kill all mystery, all challenge, all attraction. It's a harsh truth, but women, like all human beings, are drawn to what they can't easily have. They are captivated by a challenge. They respect a man who respects himself and his own time more than he craves her approval. This isn't about playing cruel games. This is about understanding the raw, unfiltered psychology of attraction. It's about learning to create a powerful vacuum that she feels an overwhelming urge to fill. In this video, we are going to dissect the art of strategic ignorance. We will explore the deep-seated psychological triggers that make a woman go from lukewarm to obsessed when you pull away. This is the forbidden knowledge that nice guys are never taught. This is how you stop being the pursuer and become the pursued. So, if you're tired of being taken for granted and ready to understand the dynamics of power and desire, stay tuned, because what you're about to learn will change the way you interact with women forever. Let's first dive into the concept of mystery and intrigue, which is the foundational pillar of this entire strategy. When you first meet a woman, you are a blank canvas. She knows nothing about you. This is your point of maximum leverage. Every text you send, every call you make, every piece of information you volunteer fills in that canvas. The average man, terrified of losing her interest, dumps the entire paint bucket at once. He texts her good morning and good night. He tells her his life story within the first 2 dates. He makes his intentions and his constant availability crystal clear. In doing so, he solves the puzzle for her. There is nothing left to figure out. He becomes predictable, and predictability is the death of attraction. Strategic ignorance, on the other hand, is about handing her the paintbrush, but only letting her paint one small stroke at a time. When you don't immediately text back, not because you're playing a game, but because you are genuinely engaged in something else, be it work, the gym, a hobby, or time with friends, her mind begins to wonder, what is he doing? Who is he with? Why isn't he thinking about me? This is not a negative thing. This is the birth of intrigue. You're not being an open book. You're a compelling multi-chapter novel that she can only read one page at a time. This forces her to invest mentally. She starts thinking about you even when you're not there. That mental real estate you occupy is the foundation of genuine attraction. The less she knows, the more she assumes, and her imagination will often paint a far more compelling picture than the reality ever could. You become this enigmatic figure in her life, a source of curiosity she needs to satisfy. This is why the bad boy archetype is so magnetic. It's not about being a jerk. It's about being unpredictable and living by your own rules, which creates a natural aura of mystery. By not constantly chasing, you signal that you are a man with a full life, a man with purpose. You are not a needy consumer of her attention, but a valuable commodity that must be earned. This subtle shift in dynamic makes her lean in, not back. She starts to see gaining your attention as a prize. And this process of trying to unravel the mystery of you is what builds deep, lasting attraction. Now let's address the nice guy paradox. Society praises the nice guy, but in the brutal reality of dating, he's often the one who finishes last. Women will say they want a nice guy, and they do for a long-term, stable partner. But the initial, raw, can't stop thinking about you attraction is rarely sparked by niceness alone. The problem is that the nice guy often equates being nice with having no boundaries, no standards, and an infinite well of availability. He's the guy who will drop everything for a woman who wouldn't even step over a puddle for him. He's overly accommodating, agreeable to a fault, and seeks her approval at every turn. This behavior, while seemingly noble, broadcasts a very clear, subconscious message. My time, my opinions, and my needs are less important than yours. When you are perpetually available and agreeable, you are inadvertently signaling that your own life is not very exciting or important. You become a utility, a convenience, not a desire. Think of it like a restaurant that's always empty. You might assume the food isn't very good. The same principle applies here. When you are always available, you are perceived as being in low demand and therefore of lower value. When a man starts to distance himself, to ignore the excessive texts, to say no to last-minute plans that don't suit him, he is not being a jerk. He is recalibrating the scales. He is showing her that his kindness is a choice, not a default setting born of desperation. He is demonstrating that he has a spine, that he respects himself and his own time. This is incredibly attractive. It forces the woman to recognize that his attention is a finite resource that she has been taking for granted. Suddenly, the man who was once a predictable utility becomes a respected individual. By ignoring her entitled behavior, he regains his dignity and, paradoxically, her respect. This act of pulling away introduces the fear of loss. She realizes that her behavior might cost her access to this man, and that is often the precise catalyst needed to transform her casual appreciation into active desire. Human beings are wired to hate rejection. It's a primal fear, a holdover from our tribal days when being ostracized from the group could mean death. And while the stakes are lower today, the psychological sting remains potent. Women in the context of dating are often shielded from overt rejection. They are typically the selectors, the ones who are approached and pursued. This puts them in a position of power, where they are more accustomed to doing the rejecting than receiving it. When a man is able to walk away to show genuine disinterest, to reject her advances, either subtly or overtly, it shatters this paradigm. It's a pattern interrupt. Her brain, expecting the usual pursuit and validation she receives from most men, is thrown into a state of confusion and intrigue. Why doesn't he want me? What's wrong with me? Or what is so special about him? This is not about being cruel. It is about demonstrating that you have standards and you are not afraid to enforce them. When a man consistently rejects a woman who is not meeting his standards, perhaps she's flaky, disrespectful, or just not a good match, it can trigger a powerful chase instinct in her. It's the psychology of wanting what you can't have. The fact that he is not interested implies that he has other options, that he has high value. He is not just another suitor desperate for her approval. He is a gatekeeper, and she wants to know what it takes to get past the gate. This can create a fixation. She may become more obsessed with winning his approval precisely because it is withheld. His rejection becomes a challenge to her sense of self-worth and desirability. She feels a compulsive need to prove to him and to herself that she is good enough. This is why a man who is selective and has a strong sense of his own worth is infinitely more attractive than a man who will take any scrap of attention he can get. By being willing to reject, by being willing to walk away, you communicate that you are the prize. This shift in framing, from her being the prize to you being the prize, is the ultimate key to making her obsessed with you. Let's dig deeper into a core psychological principle at play here, the scarcity principle. In economics, a scarce resource is a valuable resource. The same is true in the psychology of desire. If something is abundant and easily accessible, we take it for granted. If it's rare, limited, and hard to obtain, our perceived value of it skyrockets. Most men make their attention, validation, and time completely abundant. They are the 24/7 convenience store, always open, always available. They flood her with texts, compliments, and offers to hang out. In doing so, they destroy any sense of scarcity. Their attention becomes common, cheap, and ultimately undesirable. When you learn to ignore a woman correctly, you are not just being silent. You are manufacturing scarcity. Your attention becomes a valuable, limited commodity. You're not available for a phone call at all hours because you are busy building your empire, honing your skills, or simply enjoying your own life. You don't immediately shower her with praise and validation for a low-effort selfie. You wait for her to show genuine substance. By pulling back, you make her feel your absence. This absence creates a void. She becomes acutely aware of when she does have your attention, and she starts to value it more. It's like the difference between drinking tap water and a fine aged wine. One is a utility, the other is an experience. When she has to work for your attention, when it's given as a reward for her investment rather than as a free handout, it becomes infinitely more satisfying for her to receive. This makes her see you as a high-value man because high-value things are, by definition, scarce. She begins to realize that your attention is not easily obtained, and therefore it must be worth having. This triggers her competitive drive. She may feel an urgency to secure your interest before another woman does. This is how you transform yourself from being one of many options into being the option. You become the challenge she wants to conquer, the scarce resource she feels compelled to acquire. This brings us to the crucial topic of validation and its role in attraction. Women, on a biological and social level, are often more attuned to seeking validation, particularly from men they find desirable. It's a feedback mechanism that reinforces their sense of femininity and attractiveness. The modern man, armed with social media and dating apps, has turned this into an all-you-can-eat buffet of validation. He likes every photo, compliments every minor detail, and constantly seeks to reassure her of her appeal. He gives away his masculine approval for free, hoping it will buy her affection. But he's making a fatal error. Validation that is not earned is worthless. It's like getting a trophy for participation. It feels hollow and meaningless. When a man withholds his validation, not out of malice, but because he has high standards, it completely changes the game. He stands out from the sea of other men who are lavishing her with empty praise. By ignoring her low-effort attempts to get attention and only rewarding her when she displays genuine high-value traits, like a sharp wit, an interesting opinion, or a kind heart, he communicates that his validation actually means something. It has to be earned. This reestablishes the natural polarity of masculine and feminine energy. The man becomes the discerning judge, the one whose approval is sought after. This can reignite a woman's desire because she now has a goal to work towards. She wants to prove to this man that she is worthy of his approval. When you ignore a woman who is taking you for granted or not appreciating your efforts, you are cutting off her supply of unearned validation. This often comes as a shock to her system. She is forced to confront her own behavior and to recognize that her actions have consequences. To regain that validation she has grown accustomed to, she must now invest in you, respect you, and put in the effort. This is how you reset the dynamic and reestablish your value in her eyes. It's not about being cold. It's about teaching her how she is allowed to treat you. This leads us perfectly into the concept of setting boundaries. Ignoring a woman is, in its most mature and effective form, a powerful act of boundary setting. It's a silent declaration that you have standards for how you expect to be treated. When a woman is consistently late, cancels plans at the last minute, or engages in disrespectful behavior, the nice guy makes excuses for her. He tolerates it because he is afraid of creating conflict and losing her. The high-value man, however, understands that boundaries are a reflection of self-respect. He will ignore that behavior. He won't argue or get angry. He will simply pull away. He will stop initiating contact. He will become less available. He is silently communicating, "I will not tolerate this. My time and respect are valuable, and if you do not value them, you will not have access to them." This is profoundly attractive to a woman, even if she reacts negatively at first. On a subconscious level, she recognizes that she is dealing with a man who values himself. A man who values himself is a man who can be trusted, a man who has strength and conviction. A man without boundaries is a man who doesn't respect himself, so how can he possibly respect her? By setting and enforcing boundaries, you are not just earning her respect, you are creating a more balanced and healthy foundation for any potential relationship. You are setting the tone from the beginning that it will be a partnership of two equals who treat each other with consideration. When a woman sees you as a man who knows his worth and won't settle for being taken for granted, her respect for you will soar. And as we all know, there can be no genuine, lasting attraction without respect. Ignoring disrespectful behavior is the ultimate way to show that you are a man of substance, not a doormat. Finally, let's tie all of this together under the umbrella of creating a challenge. Humans are goal-oriented creatures. We derive immense satisfaction from overcoming obstacles and achieving something we had to work for. We value the trophy we won, not the one we were given. When you are too easy, too available, too agreeable, you present no challenge. The conquest is over before it even began. There is no sense of victory for her in winning you over because there was never a fight to be won. Ignoring a woman strategically and with purpose is about reintroducing that element of challenge into the interaction. You become the mountain she wants to climb. Your attention is the summit. This triggers her natural competitive instincts. She sees you as a prize to be won, a goal to be achieved. This sense of challenge keeps her engaged, invested, and interested. She has to put in effort. She has to think about her strategy. She has to present the best version of herself to capture your attention. This process of investment, of time, thought, and emotional energy is what builds her attachment to you. The more she invests, the more she values the outcome. When you finally do give her your focused, undivided attention, it feels like a reward she has earned, not a handout she was entitled to. This makes the interaction far more exciting and fulfilling for her. It keeps the dynamic interesting and prevents the relationship from becoming stale and predictable. You are not a solved equation. You are a fascinating problem she is determined to solve. This challenge is not about being difficult for the sake of it. It's about being a man of purpose, with a life that is so compelling and fulfilling that a woman must be exceptional to become a significant part of it. That is the ultimate challenge, and it is the most attractive quality a man can possess. So, as we've seen, the art of ignoring a woman is not about being a cold, manipulative player. It is a nuanced and powerful psychological strategy for communicating self-respect, high value, and creating an irresistible sense of mystery and challenge. It's about shifting from a mindset of chasing and seeking approval to one of quiet confidence and powerful indifference. It's about understanding that your attention is a gift, and like any precious gift, it should be given thoughtfully, not thrown around carelessly. You must become the center of your own universe, the source of your own validation. When your happiness and sense of self-worth are not dependent on her approval, you become free. And in that freedom, you become magnetic. She will feel your strength, your independence, your unwavering sense of purpose, and she will be drawn to it. Stop being the nice guy who finishes last. Stop giving away your power. Start implementing these principles, not as a set of tricks, but as a new way of being. Focus on your mission. Build your life. Set your boundaries. And watch as the entire dynamic between you and the women you desire flips on its head. You will stop chasing, and you will start being chosen. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you and you're ready to stop being the nice guy and start becoming the man women secretly crave, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more no-nonsense advice on attraction and self-development. And I want to know your thoughts. Drop a comment below with a time you were too nice and it backfired. Let's learn from each other's experiences. Until next time, stay strong and stay focused.